You know, I do a lot of strange things, but every now and then I'll do something that is so niche that I just have to Google, is this normal? And more often than not, the Googling session will end up pointing me to an ADHD article. So nowadays I just Google, is this an ADHD thing instead? And I have come across a lot of really random and strange symptoms that highly correlate with ADHD on my research journey. Starting with the worst one, which is constipation. Yes, I kid you not, there is actual science that goes into the prevalence of gastrointestinal issues among people with ADHD, and there is a clear correlation. Among other things, one study proved that children with ADHD are 3 times more likely to be constipated and 6 times more likely to randomly pee themselves. Don't get me wrong, ADHD is not the only factor that plays into this, but it is definitely an important factor. Why? Because we are completely irregular in our daily routine. We go to sleep and wake up at random times, we eat at random times, and having regular bowel movements requires us to be a little bit more regular with our schedule. Also, we completely ignore our bodily needs. We forget to pee, we forget to eat or drink water, go to the bathroom. That makes it worse because sometimes if you miss your moment, it's gone. You're not going to go to the bathroom for that day. And if you do it a second day, it actually gets harder for things to come out of you. So that's how we end up being chronically constipated. An unstoppable sense of justice. Maybe it's just me and 99% of ADHDers that I have met in real life, but if you ever feel a sense of justice that will not let you rest until the issue is resolved and all of your grievances are aired, you're not alone. Justice sensitivity is the tendency to notice and identify wrongdoing and injustice and have intense cognitive, emotional, and behavioral reactions to that injustice. So, if you feel frequent anger and resentment about victimization, a strong drive to restore justice, hopelessness about large-scale issues facing the world, feelings of worthlessness when unfairly treated, rumination about inequality and injustice, and intense guilt or shame about causing injustice, maybe you have justice sensitivity too. And yes, it scientifically correlates with ADHD too, due to things like emotional dysregulation. Personally, I am ferocious. I want the bad guy in the movie to get what is coming to him, and I want to watch every second of it. I need him to... Yes. So, justice sensitivity is a double-edged sword. We are perfectly equipped to lead the movement towards solving injustices, but also we might have some tendencies to do it a little bit too much and annoy other people. If we are feeling too passionate about it, it is also a little bit hard to recognize if we are wrong. We cannot correct ourselves and find the truth if we are biased towards our own feelings. A burning hatred for small talk. This is also a thing for me and most other ADHDers I've met in real life. By no means scientific data, but I do feel like it's a pretty common occurrence. My brain just checks out 5 minutes into having a small talk conversation. I understand, I ask all the questions that I know to usually ask, but at that point, I'm just wondering, what else can I say that is not too personal, that is not too deep, it is not too much, it fits in the societal standards, it gives me anxiety, it stresses me out, and it's really awkward. They are not the problem. The problem is me and how I feel when I'm having small talk. Most of us with ADHD, we have intricate, beautiful inner universes made out of thoughts and ideas and inspirations and questions. So many questions to answer, and we would love nothing more than to share these things with another person, no matter when we have met them, which doesn't always suit the situation for others, personal boundaries, social norms, standards, and people who don't care. That is hard for us to filter out or to oblige to because it just feels boring. I don't have a solution for it. I hate small talk. teeth grinding or bruxism. People have always told me that I grind my teeth at night and that it is loud, and I never thought it was much of a problem. Maybe it makes a really annoying noise and they just don't like it, and it can't be that bad, right? Except mostly they don't care about the noise, and yes, it can be pretty bad. The condition of bruxism apparently means that you squeeze and crush your teeth so hard during the night and sometimes during the day that they can actually wear down and break. There could be pieces of them falling off. It can even give you headaches. So it is pretty bad, and it is pretty common among people with ADHD, according to science. One meta-analysis of 3,000 patients says we might be 3 times as likely to experience sleep bruxism. Some sources say more, some say less, but all agree that it is related to ADHD. So unclench your jaw, please. That's one of the things you can do about it. Try to be more mindful. But other than that, people wear braces so that they crush the braces, sometimes break them instead of actually damaging their teeth. I recently received one of these. It's not the best thing to sleep with, it's not very comfortable, but it's better than the alternative. I think it is the perfect combination of all of our classic symptoms, being hyperactive in our mind as well, so thinking through things through the night, not having actually restful sleep, stressing, being anxious, and ruminating. These are all things that cause restlessness, which causes us to tense up at night, which causes us to grind our teeth, and it sucks. Unjustified hypersensitivity. Things that spark ADHD hypersensitivity are minor, like tags in clothing, the wrong kind of music, strong aftershave on a man sitting nearby in the movie theater, uncomfortable clothes, too tight or too itchy clothes, a loved one gently rubbing your arm, and certain taste or food texture. This is not an extensive list by any means, just a few signs of hypersensitivity, which is also quite common among people with ADHD. I don't want to rage on a person who is singing their favorite verse from Red Hot Chili Peppers for the 20th time in a row. I don't mean to be angry at somebody coughing really annoyingly, but I am. So personally, I think that the best strategy is prevention. Cutting off the tags before they annoy you, leaving the room before something annoying happens, wearing noise-canceling headphones, doing your best just not to get into that situation, because once you're in it, it's really hard to control yourself. A lot of it is emotional dysregulation, having intrusive thoughts, being distracted, being impulsive. It's just a perfect storm for a random fit of rage that honestly nobody deserves. Medication does really help with some of these things, others not so much, but there is a big difference. If you want to see how the last 10 months on medication have gone for me, you should definitely check out this video over here. We have so many more random symptoms to talk about, like increased chance of nightmares and having ADHD friends. So definitely share yours down below. Thank you for watching.